Bangers in pickleball love to hit the ball hard no matter what the situation. They can be really frustrating to play against if you don't have a plan. By the end of this video, I'll give you a 3-step process for not only beating bangers, but being more confident and winning more points. Let's get into it. Before we get into the steps for beating bangers, there are a few mindset tips that you should keep in mind. Tip number 1 is to focus on what you can control. Banging is essentially a style of play, and you can't control how somebody plays, but you can control how you react to it and how you plan for it. If a banger sees that you get frustrated and you react negatively to that style, they'll probably just keep playing that way and dial it up. Instead, just focus on what you can control and turning that challenge into an opportunity for your game to improve. The second tip is to look for patterns and to stay on guard. A lot of times, bangers will have patterns to the way they play and the shots that they choose, and your awareness is half the battle. Because if you see a shot coming and you're prepared for it, you can turn their game against them. Beating bangers actually starts with the serve and the serve return. A lot of times, bangers will have very hard serves that are hard to return, and it plays really nicely into their game because when you return a serve short, they can bang it and they can hit it hard. You can't control how they serve, but you can control how you respond to it and how you return that serve. So the way that you respond and the way that you return that serve is you want to first take about 3 to 4 feet off of the baseline and be prepared for that. If you're playing a banger with a big serve and you struggle with those big serves, you can consider using a split step just before your serve return, like shown here. This is a short hop that gets you in the ready position, and this can help you move to the ball more quickly. Next, you want to focus on returning the ball deep. And when I say deep, I mean about 2 to 3 feet from the baseline. And it also helps if you add more height to that return, because that gives you more time to get to the net and to prepare for what you're going to do against that banger. All right, now that you've returned the serve, there are 3 different ways that you can respond. The fact that you're still watching is a pretty good indicator that you like improving your game and you're into pickleball tips. If that's true and you haven't joined the Path to Better Pickleball, definitely go check that out now. It's a free downloadable skills guide and 10 step-by-step videos that will help you improve your game over the course of 30 days. So what are you waiting for? Go check it out. Click the link in the description. The first step is to fight, and the whole goal here is to turn what feels like a defensive situation into offense. And the way that you do that is you punch or you attack down on any ball that they give you, and you return that ball back at their feet. And the reason here is it's really hard to speed up a ball and to bang a ball or to drive it when it's right up on your feet. So let's take a closer look at how you actually fight and turn the tables on a banger. You must be in a ready position with your paddle up, your knees bent, and anticipating the shot. I like to keep my feet wide so that I have a firm base, and a lot of bangers like to aim for the body. So you can hold your paddle out and shade to your backhand because you can cover more of your body with your backhand. Your wrist and your grip should be firm. You want to make contact out front, and you want to punch the ball, hit down on the ball, aim for their feet with short, compact swings. No big follow through because you want to be ready for the next shot that's going to come back at you. And another tip for attacking drives, you can slide when making contact either with your forehand or your backhand. This can help you keep your contact point out front and make sure that you're having the best possible contact. Remember to place the ball back at their feet, or even better, aim for their non-dominant foot. The second response for beating bangers is flight, to let the ball fly out. But how do you know when the ball is flying out? You've probably heard the saying, if it's shoulder high, let it fly. While there is some truth to this, it is not the complete picture. There are some things you must look for in order to make a good prediction every time. Court positioning. Where are they hitting the ball from? Midcourt, baseline, at the kitchen? Are they hitting up on the ball? What's the angle of the paddle
when they make contact? What is their footwork? Are they running to hit the ball? What is their backswing? If it's big, that's a good indicator that it could be going out. Are they also a power hitter, or do they add a lot of topspin to their shots? If they're a power hitter, that's a better indicator that the ball is going out as well. These cues will help you make better predictions when playing bangers. So let's pull it all together. Let's say you're playing a banger who is a power hitter and they hit it flat. Colin Johns is not a banger, but he'll do for this example. That person is at the net, they have a big backswing, they're hitting up on the ball with their paddle angled up. What would be your prediction? You got it, the ball is probably going out. Remember, you're not always going to get it right, and that's okay. If you pay attention to the cues, you can make better predictions and beat bangers by letting the ball go out.
The third way to beat bangers is to freeze, to slow the ball down. There are two ways to freeze the ball. One is more offensive, and the other is more defensive. Let's start with the defensive freeze. You'll see this when someone hits a great drive, their shot is in, and you can't really fight it or keep the banger back. The smart decision here is to concede, reset the ball, and hit a shot that is unattackable. If that banger decides to come to the net, that's fine. You're slowing the ball down, which is what they probably don't like. If they decide to attack again, you will need to judge it if it is an out ball or a shot you can attack. The offensive freeze is when you're slowing the ball down with a drop volley and forcing them to run to get it. This can be a difficult shot, but the way you do it is to loosen up your grip pressure to a 3 or 4 and then drop the ball just over the net. Again, this shot you are giving up the net, but it's a more offensive shot if done right because they have to chase to return it, and it can be a difficult shot to return on the run. If you'd like a step-by-step breakdown on the drop volley, check out the video I did on that. I'll include a link in the description. So to recap, the 3-step process for beating bangers is to fight, flight, or freeze. The key to beating bangers is having a plan and selecting the right shot for the right situation. When you're fighting, make sure you're at the net, that you keep them back, and that you aim for their feet with your shots. When you're letting the ball fly out, make smarter predictions with the cues that you're given, like their footwork, their paddle angle, and their position on the court. When you're freezing, be sure to keep your ball unattackable, below the net, and place the ball at their non-dominant hand. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another update from High 5 Pickleball. Thanks for watching.